Let's get to Pennsylvania a little bit here. We have a couple minutes left. And Susan Harris, an American thinker today, said Trump's rally in Pennsylvania was a pivotal moment in history. She says most of President Trump's supporters, including myself, agree that the raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago home was the worst attack on this republic in modern history, period. That is one reason that I joined thousands of like-minded people in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania this past Saturday to show support for the man who has been unrelentingly demonized by the left, that it has begun to feel like an attack on every single one of us. President Biden's speech last Thursday night only validated that feeling. Stalwart supporters came not only from around the Commonwealth, but from across the country. It was exactly because of current events that so many of us felt overwhelmingly drawn to Wilkes-Barre this past weekend. And I soon realized that it would be one of the greatest, most meaningful experiences of my life. It was like a family reunion with 12,000 strangers. We were there to merge our shared past, to bear our current struggles, and to advocate for a leader who is the loudest and clearest voice defending our hopes for the future. Quote, these are the people they are mocking, I thought to myself. Good, hardworking people who would give the shirt off their backs or risk their own lives to pull you out of a burning car. Yet they're hated because they won't apologize for adhering to the social norms that have held the fabric of our country together. These are the folks that have maintained the permanent things, quote unquote, against all odds. Many of them might not know Russell Kirk from Russell Brand, but that's okay. If there's one thing in a lifetime of reading that has taught me, it is that a great many fancy works are wasted trying to describe a way of life that can simply be lived and innately felt. Still, many of them readily talked of such favorite sources of information as the American Thinker, the Federalist, the Gateway Pundit, and others. There was an old man who sat next to me who said he only knew of conservative website The Federalist and no others because he had spent his life as a registered independent who voted Democrat until President Trump came along. I'm still learning, he said. A quiet man with gray hair who had driven alone, he too had felt overwhelmingly drawn to Wilkes-Barre this weekend. Still bearing the Puerto Rican accent he came here with decades ago, he read medical protocols on his tablet as he waited for President Trump to speak. The doctor from New Jersey was here for his second Trump rally, and he believed that it was an important one, he said. He said, I'm here because I want him to run. I believe he's going to do even better his second time around. Now he's experienced, more polished. All the things that came against him will be harder to make a dent in him this time. When Trump came out on stage, the tablet went down. The man's face lit up as he listened at attention for nearly 2 hours. At one point, he leaned over and whispered, if you haven't already, you must read Molly Hemingway's book. These are the people I met all weekend long. I was struck by the fact that with everything they've already launched against President Trump, including the violation of raiding his home, and still anticipating the medieval siege weapons they have yet to drag through the moat in hot pursuit of Trump, he could still take to the stage as focused, motivated, and inspiring as he was. While the raid on Mar-a-Lago was unprecedented, Trump's bold response in Wilkes-Barre this past weekend was also a pivotal moment, if you ask me. Maybe it's because now more than ever, it's clear to him and to all of us that he is fighting to protect every one of our own little Mar-a-Lagos. I thought that was a good representation of what the weekend was. Cut 8G. Roll that.
In conclusion, our MAGA movement, Make America Great Again, is by far the greatest political movement in the history of our country. Together we are standing up against some of the most menacing forces, entrenched interests, and vicious opponents our people have ever seen. Despite great outside dangers, our biggest threat remains the sick, sinister, and evil people from within our own country. But no matter how big or powerful the corrupt, radical left Democrats are, and they are corrupt and they are powerful, we have to make them much less powerful. We will never allow anyone to forget that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. This is your home, this is your heritage, and our American liberty is your God-given right.
I mean,
Do you guys think that he should be calling out the globalists, the party at Davos? Do you believe he should be calling out?
He is a little.
I haven't heard him actually say that.
He said he warned Merkel about the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and Russia would hold all of Europe
They
hostage.
laughed at him.
And they laughed at him. No, right. And you saw like all the pipelines are being shut. The pipelines that go to, I forgot the name of the ones that go to London, England, the ones that go to Scotland. I mean, they have pipelines everywhere that are being shut everywhere. I mean, this is all just about, to me, it's just another example of control the commodities, control the people with fear.